Michael Gibran here, and this is The Road to the City with Michael Gibran. So today I'm going to talk about the lessons that I learned making my short film, A Prince is Not Respected in His Hometown. And the reason is because a lot of you from all over the world, after watching the film, sent me emails and messages saying, Michael, I really enjoyed your film. Can you tell me how or what it took to make that film? What did you learn making that film? What can you share about, the experience you had making that film? So I was like, you know what? It'll be a good idea to briefly share with you guys what I learned making my short film. So the first thing I'll say is feeling stuck. I know a lot of you out there can relate to being in a place where nothing seems to be moving, okay? You're not moving forward, you're not going backwards, you're just stuck in the same spot. And that's exactly how I felt before I made my film. And I just want to let you know that could be a good thing. It could be an indication that you're yearning for more. You want to be challenged even more. You want something to push you out of your comfort zone. Because many times, when you feel uncomfortable being comfortable, that's a good thing. So I got back home, after countless auditions, crying to my wife, telling her how frustrated I was with the industry. And she's like, hey, why don't you write your own film? You can write. So that's a lesson that I learned. Out of feeling stuck and stagnant, there's always a potential for you to create something out of that feeling. Now, the next thing I'll talk about is ego. Put down your ego. And I'll explain to you why. So after writing my script, I sent it out to a few friends, maybe like half a dozen people. And I had this feeling like, oh, they're going to like it and they're going to get back to me and tell me how much they enjoyed it and whatnot. Now, let me tell you this. No one got back to me. And that made me feel really bad. I got in my head thinking, wow, that must be like, that must have been like one of the worst scripts they ever read. They're like, we don't even have time for this script. Like, there's no way I don't want to hurt his feelings. So after that happened, I was discouraged and I felt like, maybe I wasn't a good writer. But I remember one day I was driving in my car. I had this strong urge to call one of my friends who I'd sent my script to. But I was like, no way, man. My ego got in the way. I was like, I sent her the script a couple weeks ago. She didn't get back to me. Now it almost feels like I am begging her to read my script. But something within me was like, man, you just got to call her. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put my ego to the side. I sent her an email saying, hey, Natalie, I sent you my script a couple weeks ago. I just wanted to remind you, just in case you missed it, here's the script again. I would love to get your feedback. Now, Natalie got back to me and she gave me the best response I could ever get. Now, she took ownership over that script. She changed a few things, telling me, I don't think this would work. I think this is a good idea, but in my opinion, I don't think this would fit with what you're trying to do here. And as she was telling me all that, I was like, Natalie, I want you to be in this film with me. And Natalie is my friend who's in that film with me as Stephanie. And that's how I met Stephanie. And now, not only that, she introduced me to my director, Brian C. And not only that, Brian introduced me to the cinematographer, Yana Harris. And man, we worked as a team and, things just took off from there. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is fear. After I met my director and we were talking and going over the script, he was like, you know what, you're Nigerian. I think you should speak your native language in the film. And I was like, no way. I was like, I'm not going to do that. And the reason why I turned that down was because I'm in America. I'm trying to get work as an actor in America. Putting myself out there as a Nigerian speaking my language is not going to help me book a job because majority of the jobs you can get here are written for American actors. But Brian talked to me and told me the uniqueness in my story in regards to what I was trying to say. And that was the only thing that would help me stand out. It was almost like that one thing I thought was my weakness ended up becoming my strength. And no one else could tell that story but me in my language. That was unique to me. Brad Pitt couldn't tell that story like me. Denzel Washington couldn't have told that story like me. They could have tried as great actors, but they didn't have the living experience of what it felt like to be Nigerian in America, trying to get work as an American, So Brian helped me see the gem that I had in me. And that's another thing. It's a collaborative effort. Now, I'd say this was another ego lesson where I was able to put down my fear and receive what my director was trying to help me achieve. And I'm telling you, I listened to him, and that's what helped me make that film. And if you watch the Just Start video, which I believe a lot of you came from, that was like my breakout moment. Because if there was anything that held me back, the fear of not wanting people to know I was Nigerian, I just lost it after making that film. Now, the next thing I learned was that was the best training I ever got as an actor. I have trained for 3 years, taken countless classes in New York and Los Angeles. But being where I was in my career, I was having day player roles where you just go for the day, say your lines, and you leave. And the story was never centered around me. So I never had the opportunity to evolve as a character. But making my film put me in a place where I had to carry the burden of telling that story. Now, something happened where we're about to film a scene, right? So I had a playlist I had set apart for me, to help me get into character. And I remember before we rolled, I went into the bathroom and I was listening to music and I was trying to psych myself up. Like, yeah, you know what? All my 3 years of training, all the classes in New York and Los Angeles, this is the time for me to just reveal all that I've learned. So I stepped on set and the director called action. And I just came on and I was trying to be something, trying to deliver my lines, And he was like, you know what? Stop. Don't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, go back, go get ready again. So I went back into the bathroom and I locked myself up. I'm like, yeah, I'm psyching myself up. Like, yeah, man, this is my moment, man. This is my big Academy Award winning moment. I gotta come out and show these guys that I'm a great actor. Come out of the bathroom, get on set, director calls action, and I'm like, trying to do something. He's like, stop, just drop what you're trying to do and just be present. And I went back into the bathroom and I thought to myself, what are you doing? You see, for me, that was a training moment because many times as actors, we get into our heads, right? Thinking this performance has to be some kind of emotional, revealing moment for you where people go, oh my God, that's a great actor. But what I learned from that was being still and being present. And the other thing I learned was it wasn't about me. I was working with a team. I had to listen and forget about how I looked on camera. So that was something else I learned. It was the best training I ever got as an actor. So this video is not sponsored by Epidemic Sound, but they're the one stop that I go to get my music and sound effects for my videos. Music like you're listening to now and music that I've used in my previous video. They have thousands and hundreds of sound effects that could help you tell your story even better. If you sign up today, you can get 60 days free of the personal plan and commercial plan. So take advantage of it, guys. So just to give a quick recap of everything I've shared today, the first thing is feeling stuck could be a good thing. It could be an indication that you're ready to be challenged even more. Secondly, put down your ego. If you're going to work with a team, you're going to have suggestions, you're going to have people see things differently than you see them, and they're going to try to help you tell your story even better. But you need to put down your ego. The third thing is fear of putting yourself out there. What will people think? I'm not good enough, yada, yada, yada. Put down your fear. And your weakness could be your point of great strength. And the last thing I say is, it was the best training I ever got as an actor. Now, it's one thing for you to take classes as an actor or take, cinematography classes, editing classes. And it's another thing to actually go out on the field and practice what you've learned. And I tell you this, you learn better on the job than you would just reading a textbook or watching someone else do it. So guys, go out there, be great, be awesome, keep creating. Until the next video, I love you guys. Take care.